All right, guys, Medo's truck, 6.4. We got a lot of it taken apart. We're kind of, we're going to get this outside. It's all rainy right now. I got a little canopy thing we'll put up outside. We'll power wash. Just messes the lot all up when we do it. We're going to power wash this inside. Get that cleaned. The block. Okay, rockers. Let's look at the rockers. They're absolutely worn. Look how low that one is. I can go through a couple more. Look at the one back behind it. See that one down there? It's like flush. I mean, you can push them. There's a little play in them, but believe me, they're worn. They're worn. That one actually looks good. See both of those? They look good, but that one. See them? Okay, so, I mean, a job like this, look at that one. There's a little bit of it there. But that one, that's a good indicator right there. See how that one's worn down? Yeah, so, whatever. All right, fresh set of rockers. I mean, the pump, we're condemning the pump. Condemning it. Say bye-bye. I did already check the cylinders. Hey, Tanner, we need to bar this over. Hang on. A couple other things. We got some broken bolts in the manifolds. In the actual manifolds, the studs. That one, we're going to try to get that out. I mean, we can't spend a lot of time because otherwise justification is not good. It broke one of each. I got one out right there. I got the bottom one out. We got to get this one out, and I almost really would like to get them all out if we're going to spend time messing with it, except for the fact that these look so good. Those look good. So we might wind up just leaving the one. I don't know if I like that one, though. Who knows? But we're going to try to get these out. If we can't get them out, I mean, you know, it's just the justification of a different manifold versus the time spent, because that's, I mean, we could go ahead. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on how we feel, because to chuck it up vertically and drill out the bolts, yeah, I mean, we can do that, yeah, but there's a cost versus benefit equation that goes in with that. Fuel pump was, I mean, I plugged it off and it did build 20 pounds, so the pump was working. It doesn't look very freaking good. I mean, it looks, but it was pushing about 3.5 pounds. At times, it acted a little funny, like it was dumping out of the high pressure system or something, because there were times the pump would be on and running and I would have pressure, but it would read 0. So, but then other times I'd kick it on and it would read 2.5, 3.5. One time when I pumped it, it held at 15 pounds for a little bit. That kind of scared me. Even after I started, or after I tried to start it. Anything else we got here? The exhaust manifold on the passenger side. Oh, we got to get a new pipe. That thing's a pain in the ass to get out. It's the one that goes up on the driver's side that goes all the way down. It's not a very easy pipe to replace. You got to take some stuff off of it. So at times like right now when it's sitting on the shelf, yeah, we're buying a new one. Look at those pitting right there. See if I can. It's pretty bad. So we don't want to do all this and then wind up with that continuing to rust the rest of the way through and being screwed. Look in here. That's completely soaked wet. It actually poured diesel out of it when I took it apart. This is the passenger side up pipe. Yeah, if I was to pick that pipe up, it will pour diesel, sooty, nasty diesel mixed out. Can't run with these filters either when it's done. We don't want that. That's, let's see. We'll go ahead and I got on a little rant about the fan shroud. I didn't see that he cut both sides. Whatever. They cut it, so take the top half off. Whatever. You know, we're not going to be, that's still freaking dirty. But, okay, cylinders. Hang on. Okay, I got this set up at standard size with cylinder clearance. The bore gauge is, so we'll just go in here and we'll check. Look, cylinders are good. Cylinders are not worn. Almost 0. Now, this cylinder and that cylinder look like crap. Now, let's look at, we'll go over and check the other side here in a second, but let's get a towel. Hang on a second, guys. Here, let's clean this off. Take a look. It definitely could use a ball hone, at least. But at a ball hone at this point, do you want a ball hone or do you want to just punch a 10? I would guarantee, almost guarantee, and that's a very, very hard thing to say when you're looking at a 6.4 block. Look at that piston, though. Okay, so Tanner's got the head set up back. Grab that bore gauge. Got the head set up back in the back. something was causing this, whether it be an exhaust valve not sealing and all we're doing is just burning fuel, not combusting anything. You can see it ran over to the other sides. Look, that is not piston contact. That is actually from soot accumulating on top of the piston. It didn't look like it. Now when I clean the pistons off, we'll make sure. And if they did touch, we'll have to really scrutinize those valves and everything else about it. But I think all those witness marks right there are just from soot because it's that close. I mean, tolerances are close. You know, we've only got 15, maybe 17 thousandths between the piston and the cylinder head. So, you know, and then as it's moving, you know, you got the valve event happening. So, but that's pretty concerning right there. We're going to check. Oh, wait, I think I wiped some of it, didn't I? I think I blew it out. We'll have to see more okay, bar it halfway over. Let's look at this cylinder here. We'll go ahead and bar it over. That one is horrible. I mean, that's obviously our missed cylinder. We're going to look back and see if we got a compression lost in the valves. Okay, look at this cylinder. Okay. Look at that. Wow, it actually doesn't look that bad. That's good. It doesn't look that bad, but you can see the video isn't really picking it up. See all the little lines on it? Those lines won't come off. Those will, but the spots, like the etching, looks like it's etched. This side ain't too bad. See how you can still see the glistening from the crosshatch? Up here, the crosshatch is gone. So, you know, as far as rotation, I mean, honestly, if we do pull it apart, you know, we'll just have to look at the bearings and check clearances there. We did wipe some of this off. This side looks pretty good. Did you wipe this off already? You did, didn't you?
The cylinders.
The pistons? Oh, no. They look pretty good. I mean, the pistons look pretty good. I think I shop vac it. I don't remember what else I did. I think I just shop vac them out when we pulled the heads off. Front cover. Front cover looks phenomenal. So there's $600 that you don't have to spend, that's for sure. Yeah, front cover looks great. I'm not sure, okay, it's been, hell, I don't even remember the last time I did a 6.4 manual. The slave cylinder on a 6-liter and from the history of what I've seen, is a one-time use thing. You pull that slave cylinder out of the transmission case, I mean, it's done. Go buy a new slave cylinder. We're going to go ahead, I think, maybe, I don't know, if we gamble that this slave cylinder will survive, but I can tell you for a fact on the 6 liters, it does not survive. If you're going to pull that out of there and you're going to do a cab off on a manual transmission, you buy a slave cylinder assembly. It's just, I mean, otherwise you're going to fight like hell just trying to get it to bleed back up, and most of the time it won't bleed up anyways. You got the heads ready? Hang on. The undercover harness did have a little update on it. You know, they kind of went through different spurts of different updates. That's a pretty good one right there. That one will keep the wire away. What sucks is they put absolutely nothing on the other wires. So, bummer. I mean, I won't put that back together like that. It'll definitely have some kind of sheeting or covering or coating over something, whether it be anything. So, I mean, we might, I don't know. I mean, it's just, we want the frame to look a lot better than it does, so we're going to do some work on that. We're going to have to, something. But did pull a lot of the push pins. Look at the rust here. I mean, a lot of the push pins did not want to come out, and we'll have to, you know, when I do things like that and the push pin breaks off, what I will want to do is actually drill a hole in this holder and put an actual regular push pin through it to hold it where it needs to go in the frame. Because we'll get all this stuff gone. It'll be painted. I don't know how. Hopefully we can get it nice and smooth. We'll see, because it's pretty extreme here. We've got our work cut out for us, but be all right. Hang on. All right, so we're at least looking at injectors. Injector at least on that one, because you can see on the cylinder head, we haven't cleaned it at all. I wanted to leave this and show this on a video, but you can tell combustion was not happening. That was, yeah. So this is cylinder 1 right here. We got it hooked up. You got it on? Oh, it shut off. Look at the gauge. It's not even, almost not even moving. So there's the exhaust on number 1. It's shut off. You see that? It's leaking down a little bit. That's all the way good. All the way good. Now we'll check the intakes. Go ahead and check the intakes. Hook it to 1, get it down. All right, hang on. Let me show you when you shut it. Intakes are good. Look at that. Holding like son of a gun. Okay, this is the old freaking head. Check the other one. All the way good. Okay, so the valves are good, so we're not looking at a valve issue. So we need to, I mean, honestly, engine out. I mean, we need to, unless, I mean, I haven't quite looked at the injectors yet either. We'll look at them, clean the nozzles up. Go find number 1 injector and clean the nozzle real quick. Don't worry about taking the crush washer off. Just clean it off real quick. Let's make sure there ain't no cracks on it. But it's concerning that what did cause this. You know, obviously the valves are sealing right now. We need to make sure there's not like a lifter stuck up that would cause a valve to be open, and I just let the valve close by taking the valve train off. You know, that could be an option too. So we'll go pull the lifters out in a little bit. I'm just kind of, before I go any steps further in checking, because these heads need to get in the process. They need to get going. They need to get disassembled. So I wanted to make this video real quick just to show that cylinder was not combusting. I mean, there had to have been either over fuel and it was bleeding over through the intake. I mean, I doubt the exhaust. I doubt it would have been but I guess it could have been. It looks like there's all kinds of shit coming out of the exhaust. So maybe it was actually coming out the exhaust. It was coolant, fuel. It's got to be that number 1 injector. I mean, it's got to be. So like I said, we haven't done much looking at it. All I wanted to do was check and see if that cylinder, if those valves were sealed, and they are really good sealed. So the rest of them, I'm not too concerned with them. I mean, we're going to do a whole valve job. What we're trying to do is, I guess, what you could call failure analysis. But let's figure out, let's make sure that, yeah, because, I mean, we don't want this happening anymore. Hang on. All his parts are coming through. They're getting clean. Darian, granted, we can't get a lot of it, but when he gets done with that crossover tube and the fuel cooler assembly, I mean, that stuff looks good. Look good all together. It takes a long time too, with all the different parts of the fuel cooler crossover tube assembly. It's a pain in the butt. But the rocker boxes, now we'll just take a look at these rocker boxes here in a little while and see what they look like when we're done with them, because I promise you they won't look like that. What else we got? I don't know. Hang on. All right, there's number 1. Now I know the video won't show it. We just spent a couple minutes here looking at it. I don't know. I don't see any cracks in it. I mean, we don't really have a big epidemic of cracked, not like on 6 liter. We don't have a lot of cracked nozzles on 6.4. Crush washer failure, possibly, maybe, but we did just clean it. Let's go put that back. So yeah, I'm just kind of throwing stuff out. We're going through getting basically just plugging along. But right now, the cylinders could use a little bit of refreshing. I mean, they always can on a 6.4. You know, 6.4 is a blow-by generator kind of. A lot of times they do. They have blow-by. Now, granted, I need to clean that up a little better, but you can see the pitting in that cylinder. That cylinder does not look good. Not look good for something that I would be happy with. So another thing that would cost us a ridiculous amount of time that Julie does not want to do, and I don't really know that we have time to do it, would be to thermoblast this block. Now, thermoblast that block would put you back on the schedule for a minute. We got to bare block it and we got to send it off. You know, I don't have the equipment for thermoblasting in the building, but a thermoblasted block, we did one a couple years ago, and I mean, it eliminates all that crap. But I might be able just to needle scale it and clean it up, do some wire brushing on it. I got a little sandblaster here we can put on and put in the booth outside. Maybe I can knock a lot of it off with the sandblaster. I would rather do that because I could do that on my own schedule. You know, not have to ship it off. But man, that thermoblasting blocks, oh my God, it's fucking nice. It's so nice. So that's, you know, where we're thinking right now is, do we go ahead and yank it out? And then if we do yank it out, I mean, I never drove it. I never got it to start. We wasn't building fuel pressure. So how's a clutch? You know, and if we put a clutch in this, I'm not putting no South Bend clutch. I'm not doing it. I'm not putting none of that aftermarket bullshit. I've been burnt so many damn times by all this crap. I'm not sure on the 6.4 if it's a luck clutch, but I bet you it is. If we do put a clutch in it, I would rather put a luck clutch. OEM clutch. I don't want to fall for that Kevlar buttons, aggressive, whatever, blah, blah, all this bullcrap. South Bend clutch cost me an entire transmission because of crap. And that's a whole other story. That was 10 years ago. But I would not want to put some basically, I don't care about putting the aftermarket clutch in. I don't want to go back in and take this transmission back out because that aftermarket clutch is not all that it was supposed to be. There's what I want to say. Because I've been burnt by too much crap. We put it in, and then it's a harsh engagement. You let out on the clutch, and it chatters, and that's what mine did. A couple of them, but some of them are good too. So, it's a roll the dice. I mean, South Bend doesn't put out every single clutch as junk. No way. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in business. But I have not had good enough experience that I'm willing to bet that I'm going to yank this transmission and transfer case out in the future because this clutch, that some different clutch, is not what it was expected. No. I'd rather leave the same clutch in it, or a luck one. Or if we want some kind of aftermarket one, then that's fine. But I can't stand behind that thing. It sucks because I've been burnt so much by. I mean, even there's all kinds of clutch companies, and they've got to be good. That's all I know. If you want to take a chance on some aftermarket clutch, I'll do it. That's fine. But I don't believe in it. I mean, I don't believe in the hype because the non-button pressure plate or clutch disc. I mean, the clutch disc itself. The ones with the buttons on them, they have like Kevlar on one side and ceramic on the other. I tried those. Not even the one that South Bend does make a clutch though that is an OEM replacement style that has the entire media around, like brake pad style all the way around, not just those little buttons. The entire surface area, I liked that a lot. That South Bend did have one of them. It was the pilot bearing that I had all kinds of problems with. The flywheel pilot bearing setup that South Bend used to have. Supposedly they fixed it now, but you know what? I'm still gun shy. Whatever. It cost me $5,000. So, oh well. But just throwing a video out. We'll probably make more in a little bit. Cylinders. You want a ball hone? You want a bore? You want to button it up? You want to just clean it? I mean, we're on the board. We're on board for whatever. Obviously, ceramic coated, freaking balanced rotating assembly, all that crap would be kind of cool, right? I mean, hell. But we'll look at the lifters when I pull them out. If something's wrong with the valve train on that number one, maybe a valve got hung open. Push rods were not bent. I didn't see any bent ones. Now we'll double check those later. We'll roll them better. Roll them on some glass or something or whatever, and there's always ways, but whatever. Anything else I'm missing? I'm trying to think. Thinking out loud if... Oh, your lock. Just little stuff like this lock in the spare tire. We looked all over in the truck to find it. I'm going to take that lock off. We're going to take that lock off so you can use the bar to get the spare tire down. Because obviously when we're going to go through everything we're going to do, the spare tire's got to go. I'm kind of considering dropping the fuel tank too and getting it the hell out of here. Just get the fuel tank out, but it's full. That sucks, but it's full. But wouldn't it be nice to have the fuel tank gone and just go to town? Power wash, needle scale, maybe get a grinder out, wire brush, and go to town on the frame, cleaning as much as we can. I mean, I can't make it perfect. I can't. Well, we could, but we'd be on frame off restoration. That would. I mean, I think I was actually thinking about that with this truck. That'd be freaking awesome. I could probably. We could show. I mean, this could be like the first one that we actually did frame off. I mean, with the rust that's on it, let's disassemble the entire freaking truck, take all the lines, the brake lines, take the axles out, take the frame off, have it sandblasted. We could sandblast and powder coat the frame. There is a place here that I think we can fit this entire frame in an oven. Powder coat it, all the linkage, the axles, do the axles. Oh, wouldn't that be freaking awesome? I mean, the springs don't look that bad. We could probably just sandblast them and powder coat them. I mean, okay, I'm off in dreamland now, but it would be pretty cool. We'd have to replace all the brake lines. I mean, look at those fittings. You don't want that on your truck, right? But, I mean, we're talking, it's not really a lot of work, but it is. It is. Okay. Now I'm talking fun now, so let's get off of fun and get back into realistic. Unless that fun can be realistic, I don't really know, but it'd be like a big project, you know. Wouldn't it be awesome to have every single rusted part that you're looking at right now all brand new, black, powder coated? Oh, that'd be freaking awesome. I mean, down to the fuel tank straps and. Okay, I'll get off of it. Damn it, quit, because I get all. Hey, is that Medo right there? Tell him I kind of just. He's on the phone right now. I mean, I just suggested something kind of batshit crazy. He'll see it on the video. I don't know. All right, guys. So let's end it at that, because let Medo watch it, and you know, I don't know how. I mean, this is a standard cab long bed 4-wheel drive. 6'4" with the manual. I mean, you know, if any vehicle at all was worth frame off, it would be something like this. You know, it already, I mean, you could tell, you can always tell, look, the stickers are still on the tires. They're brand new. I mean, the paint looks phenomenal. We got a couple of spots on the cab corner, but it'll be fine. Okay, I'm going to get off of this, because I'm just going to go focus on what's in front of me, and we'll see what happens after they're uploading this video, because, I mean, that'd be freaking nuts. Tear it all the way. Oh. No, we don't have to do that. It'd probably be double of every number that we've ever had in the shop. It'd be huge. All right, guys, that's it. I'm out of here. I gotta quit, because I'm daydreaming. All right, have a good day.